I could tell you a few stories about other events and moments where I believe God spoke to me, and I'm not a person who walks around going, God told me this, God told me that, God told me that. You know, I get nervous when people start speaking like that. I probably bet you do too, Mike. But there are a couple of moments when there's this particular sentence. Like when I was with Sonic Flood on stage and we were singing our biggest hit again, you know, I Could Sing of Your Love Forever. You know that one?
Yeah,
Remember that?
of course.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I would get a beautiful sense of God's nearness to me whenever we played that song. I'd get a chill. Like we would turn it into audience participation. You know, you guys know what I mean. We'd stop playing our instruments and we'd let the crowd sing over and over again. I could sing of your love, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. People raising their hands, people weeping. Now, was it God who spoke to me or not? I don't know. This is what I heard. I never asked you to sing of my love, Grant. I asked you to be my love. You know?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that for a pro musician? I never asked you to sing of my love, Grant. I asked you to be my love.
My goodness.
So that was a trigger point for me. That was a moment. And here's the thing, there are many places in Scripture, especially in the Psalms, that convince me that to make music to God is a good thing to do. And there are people who would look at Scripture and say, there's God telling us to do that. But what I actually see is people choosing to show the worth of God through songs. But let's recognize this. Nowhere in the recorded words of Jesus, the one we claim to follow, does he ever ask us to sing to him. But over and over and over and over again, he asks us to actually be his love. To one another, to our neighbours, to our enemies, and to the least of these. I believe the least of these to the ends of the earth. I would love to see us as individuals, but also us as a church community, realise that if we want to worship God, we will be people who are characterised by compassion towards those who are doing life tougher than we are. The real rubber hits the road of worship is how we treat the least of these. The hungry, the thirsty, the naked, the sick, the lonely and the imprisoned. But we are teaching people that their worshippers, if they're in the building on a Sunday and they raised their hands and sang passionately, that's good to do. But the worship must continue after the songs are finished and as we leave the auditorium. It must.
My goodness.
It must.
That's powerful.
Right, Mike?
That's very powerful, my friend.